Hey, what's up guys? Todd here at Whale Guitar. In today's lesson we're going to be looking at Perfect by Ed Sheeran. If you've never played guitar before, that's cool. We're going to go through the chords. If you have played a bit of guitar, that's even better. We're going to be looking at the picking pattern, sort of the finger strumming, and also strumming with a pick. We're going to be looking at the guitar solo also. So yeah, something for everyone. So we're going to get straight into it by looking at the chords. Here we go. The chords we're going to use in this song are a G major, an E minor 7, which is we can play that easily by leaving the 3rd and 4th finger on and just using our 1st and 2nd to play our E minor shape here. C add 9, once again our 3rd and 4th are staying where they are. We're going to play a D major, D sus 4, and the last chord we're going to look at is an F sharp over D. Okay, so my 1st finger is playing the F sharp bass note, and my 2nd, 3rd, and 4th fingers are playing the D shape down the bottom. That's it. Get practicing. Now that we know our chords, let's look at the structure for this song. So the structure for this song actually goes straight into a verse. It goes verse, then a pre-chorus, then a chorus, and then there's a little break there with a little chord run, and then once again after that we go another verse 2, pre-chorus and chorus. So that was verse, pre-chorus, chorus, little break, and then the same again, verse, pre-chorus, chorus. After that second chorus we go into a guitar solo, then another chorus, and then an outro. The time signature for this song is 12/8, so that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Or you can think of it in 4/4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and all right. Let's get straight into it. Here's our verse. So we're starting with the G chord. And we're also, if we're going to do the, if you wanted just to keep it nice and simple, you can just do 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and E minor, 2 and 3 and 4. If you wanted to do the more picking thing that actually happens in the song, there's a little bit of a bass line that happens here. So we go with our thumb and do that on each chord, the E minor, thumb on the top string. So that'd be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, same with the C add 9. And then we're going from the D, adding the little finger for the D sus 4. Okay, and that's the verse. We do that chord progression 2 times. So with the pre-chorus, in the actual song, if you listen to it, the whole way through, you can hear this picking pattern there. Through all sections, verse, pre-chorus, chorus. If you're playing solo acoustic guitar, to make it, to kind of make it different and a bit more interesting, because you don't have strings and drums and layers of everything else on top of it, maybe in the pre-chorus you might want to strum this one out a bit. So maybe you could do a strumming pattern like down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down. Now this bar is a G to a D. And the last bar is just a D. Moving on to the chorus, guys. Now we stay on the chords not quite as long as we did for the verse and pre-chorus. So with the chorus, we're going to start with the E minor, and I would probably suggest to keep the strumming pattern the same. But we're going to move off a little bit quicker, like I said. So E minor, C add 9, to the G, and D. And it does those 4 chords 4 times in a row. All right. So just practice that heaps, try and play along with the song. Let's move on. Now that we've just finished the chorus, we're going on to this little break section that happens before we start the second verse, okay? Now the chords for this are G, D over F sharp, E minor, D, C, back to D. Okay, so that was G, F sharp over D. So remember, you can play the F sharp over D either with your first finger on the 2nd fret, and then creating the D shape with the other 3, or you could play it as a D chord with your thumb over the top. So C, D, verse 2. Okay, then we go straight back in, we do verse 2, pre-chorus, chorus, exactly the same as we already have. Up next is the guitar solo. So there's a chord progression happening under this guitar solo, and that would be a G to the E minor. It's pretty much exactly the same as the verse, right? To the C add 9, and the D. And it's just like those 4 chords one time through. Then we go to the last chorus. So the guitar solo. For the guitar solo, we're going to have our first finger on the 6th fret, and you're going to be doing a hammer on with your 3rd finger on the 8th fret on the A string. Okay? And then the next 2 notes are also on 6 and 8, but on the D string. So we have, okay? Now I've listened carefully to the recording, and it sounds, when you do the slide, sliding from 8 to 10, it sounds like the first finger is also on the 6th fret, the string below it, to have that kind of harmony going on. Okay, after that, this is quite a hard movement to do. You want to do you play the note with your 3rd finger on 8 on the D string, and you hammer on with your little finger on 9, and you pull off to the 8, and you pull off again to the 6. So it'd be like this. So you need to have a bit of strength developed in your fingers, especially on an acoustic guitar which has heavier gauge strings. Sorry. Okay. Next section, it starts off in the same way. So it's hammer on, 6, 8, and then you're going to slide from 8 to 10. Okay, with your 3rd finger. Bring your 3rd finger back to 8. And then we're going to go 3rd finger on 8, 1st finger on 6, 3rd finger on 8. So that second half of the solo was. Okay, and then you're going to slide from 8th fret up to 11. Okay. And that's the rest of the solo, the ending of it. So let me play you the second half of that solo again. Let me play you the whole thing. So after the last chorus of the song, so the last 2 chords of that chorus would be G, long, perfect, G to D, then we go to this C add 9, D sus4 to D, and then we finish on the break, which is the same as what we did earlier in the song. The G, F sharp over D, E minor, D, C, D, finish on G, and that's the whole song. I hope you've enjoyed this quick lesson. Please feel free to let us know what you think, or if you have any suggestions, we'd love to hear from you. Until next time, keep wailing. See you later.